I'm picky. There we go. It's kind of like sweet and pungent. It's got a little burn to it too, so it's... Didn't get much, so I actually wish I would have put a little bit more cabbage in there. See, I didn't really get a whole bunch out of that. Enough for flavor. Okay, I'm gonna top some of these off with water as well too, because it's just really handy when I'm doing stuff. You just pull one out of the refrigerator and then just, you know, drink it down as you're doing stuff. It's my morning drink. So let's see. Well, that's filling up. So here's my process. This is my container of my cloths, and this is all I pretty much need. There's some water. The other thing that I do is in the freezer, that's where I put my rinsed off cloths. I actually do the 2% bleach for like 4 or 6 hours. I went ahead and marked something ahead of time so I just don't have to think about it. So this way it's, you know, I've got a little Pyrex beaker with a line that I drew, so I know I fill it up. I put it out on the back patio, 4 to 6 hours, whatever works. And then, you know, I give them a good agitation in the sink inside that container. Missing anything? Well, don't have my turmeric, and don't have my Anaheim pepper. If I have cilantro on hand, usually I'll do the cilantro. I don't go crazy with the cilantro, just because it's really strong. Well, on the other hand, the ginger I do. I know they say, what is it, like, I call it a thumb, it's around 5 grams, and I just ballpark this stuff, so I like to do it a little bit on the heavy side. I don't go crazy with the lemon juice. Oh, this is yummy. This is a smaller batch, but this is 3 days. I'll do some carrot juice too. I won't mix the carrot juice in there because, well, it makes it look brown. And I'm okay with brown, orange juice, whatever, but not everyone in the house is. So we want nice light green juice. Ooh, yummy. Been waiting that for a while. Let's see. So, what were my ratios? I usually do like 4 or 5 small apples or 3 large Granny Smiths, a cucumber, usually like a bushel of celery, and then a pinch of cilantro. What else? Lemon. I just pour a little bit in the bottom, probably a couple ounces for the whole thing. That's a pretty good mix. Boy, I tell you what, that Anaheim pepper though really does add a lot of flavor. And it's not really hot, you just feel a little bit in the back of your throat. Oh man, this is good. This is just really good. You know, even watering it down, I mean, I like the juice strong by itself, but I think with the extra ginger, watering it down a little bit, it's just really refreshing. You know, I don't think, like during the winter, I wasn't watering stuff down because during the winter I just rather have it boom, most concentrated. But I think when it's, you know, warm out, you get a little extra water. I love water though. I mean, I'll drink ridiculous amounts of water. Yeah, this is nice. You put those in the fridge, and then you can just grab one and go. For those days that I go into work in the morning, when I drive into work, I'll have it on my way to work. Or do you like that little protein shake? But these are just really nice. Anyway, the cleaning part. I just wanted to. So here's the process. So the blade, before touching that, I'm going to unplug this thing. I'm one of those, I'm not going to call it paranoid, but I worked around a lot of heavy equipment in my life, a lot of dangerous equipment, and Abrams tanks, and all kinds of track vehicles and heavy vehicles. I have 10 fingers and 10 toes, and I'm very appreciative of that. So a little bit of safety. Here's the pack. You know, he was talking about, you know, he gives these to his goats. My neighbor has goats, so I'll ask him one time if I can throw them over the fence to the goats. If not, these will go into the composter. But you know, this is nice. I just rinse these out. Just there you go. I don't get too crazy with these. The cabbage one is really clean. There's not like a lot of material on there. When I do citruses though, I use those little liners. I'll just fold these up in a nice little stack. I'm just agitating this under, making sure I get all the big stuff off. Because when I soak these later, you know, I'll agitate them, but like I'll agitate them after they've been in the solution for a while. You know, so I've actually gone through and timed this, and so when I'm kind of in a rush, just hustling, it's, you know, it's a work day, it's a Tuesday. So oh yeah, these I'm just gonna bring out a little bit of that water and then throw it in that container in the freezer. Yeah, I can do the whole batch in like 45 minutes. So this is all going in the dishwasher. But I do, you know, this doesn't need a rinse down. So remember, this is wood, right? So if you put that in the dishwasher, it's probably going to swell up for a while. I don't know if it'll split, but this you can usually just hand wash. I have the other plastic, or well, not plastic, the, gosh, let me show you what the other plunger looks like. This one this is hefty. You know, it's like Xylon or something. You know, it's some sort of, looks like it was spun on a lathe. I mean, it's very nice too. This one has a little bit of weight. You know, the maple plunger looks fancy. It's wood. You know, maybe you don't want this stuff touching your food. I don't know. It's a preference, right? You know, there's the aesthetics. This is kind of a gorgeous machine, so you're gonna spend all the money on it. Maybe I want that wooden plunger there. Oh yeah, so I'm using the number 12. That's pretty much all I ever use. I don't really use this for making nut butter or anything else, you know, I've got one of those little Vitamix personal, like the S55 mixer, and I use that for all kinds of other stuff. So this is, for me, I don't know, I've just been using it for juicing, and I'm very, very happy with it. To me, it's been a really good purchase. I absolutely love my juice. You know what, I did not, so I could have knocked something through there, and I could have got some more. Yeah, it's a little bit lazy. So, as I rinse this out, I'm gonna get water down inside that notch. Now I'm gonna dig in there. See if I can see in there. Let me give it a nice rinse. Get everything out of that little groove. I guess that's the other thing, you know, it's a little bit like rough and kind of sharp in there, so if you're trying to rinse that out and use your finger, be careful. I guess that's the only feedback that I'd really have, other than I want everything to be quieter, you know, maybe a quieter motor or compressor or whatever. You know, when I put this in the dishwasher, I run that on SaniRinse. So that's why I kind of clean it beforehand and then do that. So here's your blade here. There you go. This one I do. The other thing I do, so here's the square side. So you can see in there where if you've got this cylinder, it goes to the square.